Hey, it is Ronald Polius. I am a real estate investor currently, but 2023 I was a school bus driver. In 2024 I became a high school teacher, and it was because I was taking action, knocking doors on my lunch break and after school and on Saturdays. That in August of 2024 I was able to go full time into real estate. And so it's been 2 years. I'm still still cranking it, still pushing forward, still killing it. Or at least I'd like to say I am. But I want to do a deal walkthrough and erase some numbers from my previous video that I did on my channel. You should be able to go see that video. But I want to do a deal walkthrough and help you see some numbers on this. I get a bunch of questions. Where do you find your leads? How do you have conversations? How do you negotiate, etc.? And I want to answer those questions through an actual deal. And the goal is for you to get some puzzle pieces that are missing in your picture so you can see what this all looks like. And it's to serve two groups of people: those who are ready to get into real estate, like me 2 years ago, ready to take action. You don't got money, but you got time and you're wanting to push forward. And I want you to just see this walkthrough and realize the one skill you need to master as soon as possible is negotiations. Negotiations, negotiations, negotiations. Then I want to serve the people who are already doing deals like me a year ago, but you want better margin, you want more paydays, and the only way you can get that is if you fine tune and sharpen the skill of negotiations. And so wherever you are, just starting or you're already cranking it, doing a thing, taking action, negotiations is what's going to help you get to the next level, cultivating that skill. So let's dive right into this. So this is a deal I currently have on the contract. We're closing in about 2 weeks. This is, to answer your question, where did I find the lead? I got it from the county. This is a deal that just went into foreclosure, had conversations with the homeowner, reached out, then I set an appointment. And then I realized that this is a lead, okay? Foreclosure is a symptom, meaning it is not the root cause. You get a stuffy nose, that's not the problem. The problem is what's happening internally. Your body is fighting a cold. Foreclosure is a symptom. So the reason I focus and try to help people in foreclosure is because something else or a variety of something else's have happened in their lives that has caused them to end up in foreclosure. Whether that's a divorce, a loved one passing away, a sickness. One person, they wanted to move to New York, so they stopped paying their bills. They were actually getting scammed also. It was actually a really sad situation. But there's an array of things happening on the back end of things that you gotta decipher and work through to see. Okay, that's what's happening. That's why this problem right here is happening. You gotta see the connection. So it's a lead. The reason I call foreclosure leads is because you don't know if they want to sell yet, but you have indicators, which is a foreclosure, that they may want to sell. And so what I did was I knocked the door, or I reached out, set an appointment, and in the appointment, this is where I'm going over kind of negotiations and objections, kind of going through this all at once. I underwrote it before I got there. I knew that my number was 225 for my ARV, minus repairs, which repairs are probably going to range from 45 to 50. And then, so that gives me an MAO of about what is that? 250 or something. Just put 112. About 112. So I had this in the back of my mind, went through the conversation, gave me a smoke screen. I really don't want to sell. A lot of people will give you this smoke screen. You, you being the expert have to realize it's a smoke screen. Me from 2 years ago, I'd say, okay, uh, okay, yeah, well, just maybe I can help with something else. You got to get through the smoke screen. I said, okay, you really don't want to sell. Okay, talk to me about that. What do you mean by that? Well, grew up here and got a divorce and my son grew up here. Okay, there's some memories attached, there's some family attached to this. Okay, so okay. Had conversations. I started asking implication questions. Okay, so let's walk through ways you can keep it. It's like, yeah, Ronald, you're helping people look at ways they can keep it. Yes, because I want them to conclude that option's off the table. Okay, I don't want to say, well, you really don't want to sell it, but let's look at what you can make if you did sell it. No. I don't use that's a sales tactic. I don't use it. I'm not forcing people. Oh, you really don't want to sell it? Okay, let's look at the options for you to keep it and let's see if they even work for you. Okay, arrears upwards of $12,000. Would you be able to pay that to get it reinstated so you can keep going? No, no, I can't. Okay, well, if you went on a payment plan and your mortgage increased, would you be able to keep up with it? No. Okay. In the process of conversation, I found out that they were wanting to move on and like leave the state and move to another chapter for a job opportunity. I said, okay, well, need payoff questions. What benefit would you had if you moved on and closed this chapter? Oh, I'll stop living in the past because my wife left. We got a divorce, but the house is kind of like all still the same. Oh, okay. So you'd stop living in the past. You'd help your son move on. Also, you'd get a higher paying job. So there's questions you could ask to push buttons on pain and push buttons on motivation, so they could see, ooh, this hurts. Actually, I can't do this. It doesn't work for me. And they make that conclusion, not you forcing it on them. They make that conclusion. And then the payoff questions are, oh, this helps gets rid of all the pain on this side that we were pushing the buttons on. So I asked those questions. The opportunity, now he wants to sell. He wants to see what that looks like. So we're having conversations. We're negotiating. We're right there. We're about to make an offer. And I walked the property, saw the conditions, like, ooh, it's gonna need a lot of work. About 2 months is what my project manager said. Said, okay, and this is after the fact. But okay, all right. So what were you thinking? So they gave me some numbers of what they were expecting to walk away with. They said about maybe so I gave him an offer. I said I would no. He mentioned that, hey, this is kind of, oh, yeah. I said what were you hoping to get? What's that number you're hoping you can walk away with? He came out right at the gate and he said 150. Guys, that's a $38,000 difference. So, whoa, yeah, there's no way I'm even near that number. I'm not close to that. Wow. So, I'm lower. And he said, Are you around? I think he countered to say, are you around like 115, 120? I forget the exact number. And I said, I'm even lower. And then I said, you could hear him thinking about this, like, ugh. And I said, what if I came up to 110? And I went quiet. Remember, he's at 150. There's a $38,000 difference between my MAO and where he's at. I told him I'd come up to 110. Ronald, your MAO is 112. You're below your MAO. Guys, your maximum allowable offer doesn't mean you come out right out of the gate saying, oh, this is the max I can offer you. This is the max I can offer you. No. No. You want to go below your MAO because they may take an offer below it. And if they take it, that's more money in your pocket, more margin in the project, more protection for you. Something's going to go wrong. And if they don't take it, then you could go up, but you know your MAO is here. So if he countered and said, man, could you do 115? I'd say, ugh, what would it look like if I went up even more to 112? Boom, we're at my MAO. He's happy. I'm happy. He felt like he fought for it. We're good. And I fought for it. We're good. But if you just come out right at the gate, your MAO, it's like Facebook. When you post something on Facebook Marketplace, do you get the number you're wanting? No. 10 people say, hey, is this still for sale? And they don't respond. The next 10 people give you a lowball offer of $1, $10. And mind you, you're selling this for $1,000. I straight up had people ask me, what's the lowest you'll go? So what do? When you're listing something on Facebook Marketplace, you list it above what you want to get it, or want to sell it for, want to get out of it. Because you know somebody's going to come and try to beat you down. And so there you have your listing price at a certain number. They have their offer at a certain number. You beat them up to come up. They beat you down. And where do you meet? Right at the number you were wanting. They felt like they fought for it and got a deal. You didn't. You gave them what they wanted, but they fought for it, and it's a win-win. Same thing on the back end. It's just opposite. I'm the one coming up and trying to get them down. So I told them 110. But here's a twist on this one. The person said, well, let me get back to you at the end of the day. Me from 2 years ago would have said, oh, okay, yeah, take as much time as you need. And yeah, let's talk later. Take as much time as you need. Me from 1 year ago would have been like, oh, no, you're going to shop my offer. But I still would have said, yeah, just take as much time as you need. I'll follow back up with you at 6, at 11:59 p.m. Me 2 weeks ago said, no, that's not how I do offers. I can give you 30 minutes and I can go outside. But that's not how I do offers. I don't wait towards the end of the day. I got so many other people I'm helping and working out. It's just, that's not how I do offers. You want 30 minutes? Yeah. Give me 30 minutes. I got my laptop, went to the car, and legit stayed in the vehicle for 30 minutes. Person came back out. You know what he said? Let's do it. You know what I got the contract for? 110. Guys, don't give your MAO. They might take your offer below it. Guys, you know what that difference is? That's a $40,000 difference. I had them come down $40,000 in 30 minutes. You're saying, why would someone come down $40,000 in 30 minutes? Would somebody offer more on this? Yeah. I'm buying at 70%. My MAO is 112. Let's do the math. There are other people who would buy this deal all day at 75%. So let's follow that formula. Boom. minus 45K repairs, 123. So there's somebody else who could have bought this deal and they would have given this guy $13,000 more than I would have, or that I am doing right now. But I was able to close this deal and prevent him from shopping my offer because I understood his pain. And I showed him through the report that I built that I can solve this pain and I can help him close this chapter, go on and build with a clean slate while preventing the foreclosure from following him. But what's even better on this deal is that I am not purchasing this a traditional route. I am going to buy this on, I'm going to acquire this, because the question now is, how do I dispo? I'm going to fix and flip this. And if everything goes right, let's do 225 times 15%, which is profit. I can make $33,000 if everything goes right. And so the goal is, one, for everything to go right. But I'm going to buy this sub 2. You know what sub 2 is? I'm in an owner's club. That's the higher mastermind for those in sub 2 with Pace Morby. But I'm going to buy this sub 2. Why? Because his interest rate is 2.7%. Think about this. Why would I go get a hard money loan that I got to pay origination fees on and points on, and get a new loan, a high interest loan for 6 months for 12%, 10% higher than this, pay a ridiculous monthly fee, when I could just buy his current rate for 2.7? And guess what? There's a need payoff there. What if I can repair your credit for a few months, getting this loan back to good standing? You could do that? Yeah, if I take a sub 2. Take it down 2.7% interest rate, sub to it, and then I'm going to sell it on the back end as a fix and flip. So this is not a traditional fix and flip. It's actually called a sub tail. Meaning I took it down sub 2, and I repaired it, and then I sold it on the back. I sell it on the back end. You're probably thinking, Ronald, where are you gonna get the $45,000 to renovate the project? I could carry it on my credit card, but why would I do that? I'm gonna raise $50,000 from a PML. You know what a PML is? A private money lender. Someone who is, they got money in a money market, they got money in a savings account, they're making a very low return, got money in the stock market, and they see me doing these types of deals, and they say, man, I wanna get my money working in a project that is backed by real estate. You can't touch stocks. You can't touch, your money market fluctuates, and it's what, 3-4%, maybe 5%. And then stocks, ooh, going up and down. But the people I've worked with before who have said, man, I got some cash I'll loan you. They've gotten anywhere from 8 to 14%. Much higher than what they've gotten before. Because it fluctuates. The stock market fluctuates. The money market, sometimes it's up. I get emails from a money market account I have no money in because all my money is working for me somewhere else. It's going up and down. It's like, well, I mean, I have it open when I used to have money in there, but now I don't because, I mean, it's just going up and down. I'm going to raise them $50K from PML because I still got to pay closing costs. I don't got to pay origination fees because I'm keeping the same loan. And they will make So let's do 50,000 times 14% on the high end, which is 7,000, or 50,000 times 8% on the low end, which is 4,000. So if everything goes right and I make this 33,750, I could make that no money out of my pocket because the other 15% baked into this 70% discount will pay closing costs, title fees, and agent fees, and my PML. So I can make $33,000 if everything goes right and I hold this for 6 months. If I only hold it for 3 months, then my profit increase. If everything goes as planned, my profit can increase. Now, if the budget goes higher, it eats out of my profit. So there's definitely risk involved. But I could get this deal $0 out of my pocket and make potentially $33,750 in a few months worth of work. And that is because, and I'm able to do that because I focused on the right skill and cultivated it and just sharpened it as much as I could. And joined the right community. I joined Sub 2, I joined Owners Club, and all of that has just helped me get to where I'm at today. I want to do you a solid. I'm going to be putting out more videos like this, but I need clarity from you on what's most valuable. I'm trying to put a bunch of puzzle pieces before you, and I need you to let me know what puzzle piece was helpful, finding a deal, how to negotiate a deal, going through the numbers. I need you to comment and let me know what was a benefit that you walked away with from this video. And then I want you to comment what I could have been more clear on, or a path you would want me to walk down to just explain all what's happening. Okay? So if you want me to get more into dispo or overcoming objections or something else that isn't written here, let me know so I can provide that value for you, because I want to help you from 2 years ago, or me from 2 years ago, which is that person just starting off, or I want to help me from a year ago who's been doing deals and doing this and taking action, but you want more margin on your deals and you want more exit strategies. Yeah, you could take down a fix and flip sub 2 and sell it on the back end. It's just called a sub tail. So follow me on Instagram, Ronald Polius. I'm putting out way more content on there, posting daily stuff of what I'm doing. And I just want to serve people like you and help you get to the next level.